Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity, and today it's another KSCRAFT Let's Make This, and this is what we're doing today. We're going to do this lovely long candy box die. Now you can of course use this for jewellery if you want to, and just use a slide out card or anything inside with a little bit of ribbon attached. You can attach your necklace, your earrings, or a little bracelet, bows, or handmade flowers, whatever you want to, and a little bit of ribbon can pull out the little gift that you've made inside, so it doesn't just have to be for a candy bar. Right, I'm going to open this, and for those who have never made a box before, I'm going to show you the pieces. Now what's nice about this actually is it comes with two sentiments. One is Merry Christmas, which I have used, and you've also got Happy Valentine, so you can give candy for, whoops, I'm just taking stuff out, for that season too. Right, so it comes with the Merry Christmas, which I said I've used, and so I have separated that out. Yes, all in a tangle. I've separated that bit out so that I could cut the back and the front. So I've used the Merry Christmas. So those are the sentiments, and I'm just going to move them over to one side. And then you also get an aperture cutter, or you can use it as a tag, which will cut an aperture into this part. So you'll create a window. And then you also have a frame, so that will cut out just the lace border that will go around the aperture. So first of all, if I show you what one of these looks like, that is what one section looks like, and you've got to cut two to make a box. Now on your thin border you can see the embossed line there. That is where you're going to put a piece of tape. We are going to use tape on the bottom, but we'll do that last. So you're going to need to tape your edges. So that is the first one that was cut. I'm just going to scoot things up, hopefully they'll stay in image. And then the second one, as I said, you need to cut an aperture with the plain one, which is that is your aperture, and I have put tape all the way around it because you're going to need a piece of acetate, or you can use some tool, whatever it is you want to use to create your window. And then that is your frame that glues on the top, so that is this one. So once you've cut your hole, glue your frame onto it, and that's how easy that piece is. Okay, right, so you're going to need a piece of acetate. I suggest 6 1/4 by 2 1/4, and that is going to go on the inside section there, covering that sticky tape. I've got a little piece of snowy acetate, which I believe I got from Hunky Dory, so that you've got a little snowy window there. So we'll stick that in a second. So that's the acetate. This is the word Merry Christmas. You can see I've just stuck with craft and red just to make it really simple. And I've got some Creative Path ephemera on my desk, which I might put on after. But this is the piece that pops out from when you cut your lace. So that on its own, you can make yourself a bookmark depending on the colour that you're using. You can stamp on there. You can punch a hole, or if you've got a Euro punch, punch a Euro punch hole in there, thread it up with ribbon so that it can hang out of the top of the box. And as I was saying, use another punch, cut a couple of little holes in here for your earrings, and another couple of holes to hang your little necklace. And then you've got a ribbon that will, slide the whole thing out of the box, so it doesn't just have to be for candy. So that's a great little piece that pops out there. Right, so moving that out of the way, and let's get stuck in and start doing. Right, the first thing that I want to do is move these dies out of the way. So I'm just going to reopen my bag here and scoot all those back in. So I'm just popping everything in so I don't lose it. Pop my sentiments back in because I've already done my Merry Christmas. Right, I'm just going to check the volume on my mic. I don't know whether it's loud enough. Yeah, it seems to be up. Right, so I'm just going to move that one out of the way for a second, and we're going to work on the aperture. So we need to put the acetate down. Once again, I'm using a AliExpress adhesive tape, and I have linked it below because it's really good and it's really cheap, which is what every crafter needs. Right, so making sure I've got to tilt this in a direction where I can see it in the light, and then I'm just going to go over it, making sure that I've covered my tape, and I'm also within my boss lines. Now, if you find that you've gone up too high on your score, and I don't think I have, I think I'm just under it, then you can of course trim it with your scissors. So now rub that down, and then you could fill it with beads if you wanted to, for somebody who likes to make their own jewellery. And so now we've got a lovely snowy window there. Now the next thing that you need to do, obviously, to make the box is you need to join your edges. And this is the easiest and best way to do it, and that is to line them up beside you. So if I get rid of that bit, you can see what's going on here. And you're just going to remove the tape off one side, and you're going to copy the score line along the top. You want it just before the fold so that your box can fold. And then you're going to rub, get some good contact. So now you've connected your two sections there that are going to make your box. Now this piece, which has tape on it, has to be connected to this piece. So what we're going to do first of all is we're going to fold our score line. So I'm just going to fold that up. And I do have my bone folders today. I'm trying to be good. So we're just going to go along there. I am using quite thick cardstock too, I have to tell you. And then we've also got a score line here, which is where I've got the tape. So I just start by teasing that with my fingers because it's such a heavy weight. And I do recommend using good quality cardstock when you're making a box, so that, it survives the journey to whoever's receiving it. Right, so we've got that scored. Have a look around as well on your box for any other score lines. And you can just, while you've got it flat, because it's easier, you can just tuck those in. So this is the bottom of the box. And I'm folding it towards me, and I'm just going to go along there again. Right, so those bits are folded. You can see you've got another little tab there. You can just fold that in and pinch it because it's small. Right, so we've got a good fold on all of the bottom sections. Now you can see where we glued that piece there just before the line, we need to fold that. So I'm just taking that over there and folding it. Right, so you can see that what you need to do is, whoops, I didn't fold that one, did I? So fold that one. You can always pause my videos because I do tend to work quite slowly, and then you can see for yourself. And then you can see there, that's what is going to build your box. It's going to go onto that glued section. But an easy way to do it is to push that flat, and you can work like this and then bring it back up towards you, rather than trying to, balance it mid-air while you've got it folded. So I've taken the tape off there, and now what you need to do is you just need to push that away from you. Make sure all your lines are lined up. Gone before the score line there. I think I have that lined up. And then we're going to tuck those bits in, tuck that bit in and tuck that under. And that all fits nicely. So you can now pop those out, and what you can do to give yourself a little bit of, you can just push it down like that and flatten it. And that is a great way, if you make plenty of them, to store them like that. Because you could just, you know, have a mad go at everything and make 20 or 30 in whatever colours you wanted to, and then just store them flat. So I'm just going along here. Now, we took our little tabs in that you can see here. They get tucked in, but the bottom needs to be fixed down. So I'm going to tuck that into there. And then this is where you're going to put some tape. So I'm just grabbing my tape roll. Move that around. I hope that you can see. Got my fingers all bent up here. Now you can put down 2 pieces of tape along here, along the top edge and also along the bottom edge. But because I'm being quick, I'm just doing the bottom edge. So there we go. Just going to rub that down. Going to take that off. And then you're going to hold that flat. And you want to get it straight. So now your box at the bottom is sealed, but you'd also put another piece of tape along here on the inside of that flap too. So now it is a matter of tucking that down and in. So we tuck those in. Now you can totally seal your box if you want to, but you don't have to. And then we've got these points. Now you can bend them towards you and bend them back. Now, you know, me making a mistake is not unusual, but as long as you get your fold lines in. Hang on. There's one. Now I need to get the other, because these actually cover and pop up. Now I'm working in the light for a second, so you've got to excuse me, but I am going to show you what I've just done. And I should have left my dehumidifier running last night. That's what I should have done, because I've got an awful lot of humidity. Right, what I just did was push that towards me. Now you can see my humidity here has made that go all wobbly. But that is basically how you finish your box. You've got the hanger. So that will pop open like that. But there it is. I've got this. And this can go in there. So if you've got a Euro hole with some ribbon, you can pull that in and out if you've got something attached to it. So there's absolutely no need to waste that. But the closure on it is really simple. And then you just tie that together. Now you do have a sentiment, and I'm just going to pause a second while I take the backs off the foam. Right, I've done that. I've got all the sticky off, and you can go directly straight across the window, or you can go at a jaunty angle. And I do like jaunty, so my sentiment is going to go like that. Now if you've got ephemera, you can decorate it up. Like I've got this really fun looking cactus here, which, you know, is perfect for someone living in Florida. And then we've got little gifts, and we've got a little gnome, you know, so you can put whatever you want to on there. Now he's not going to fit, but that little cactus would. And you do get hundreds and hundreds of pieces in this bag. So I'm just having a look at what I've got here. You can just start layering up bits of ephemera. So it doesn't have to be something, you know, that's really difficult to do. There's also sentiments in here, and it's one of those collections that spans Christmas as well as Valentine's, which is really useful. I mean, here we've got a little Christmas tree, and we've also got some berries. There's also a mushroom. I think I've got both of my berries stuck together there, because you do tend to get 2 or 3 of the same design, but you can totally layer something up like that, and then you could use your other berry and you could go under there or something, so that even though you've got a window, you're still kind of secreting what is inside. Right, that is what I have for you today. Now, I can tell you tomorrow I'm up with a personal haul. It's not a very big haul, but I'm just sharing it because I think it's really cute. Well, I would, because otherwise I wouldn't have bought it. That's all I'm saying. But I thank you so much for joining me today. Apologise for my humidity, but you know, there is absolutely nothing I can do about that. And where's my ruler? Here we go. So your finished product is 6.5 inches, which is a great size, by 3/4 of an inch high, and then by 2.5. So that is how big of a candy bar that you could fit into that box. So once again, thank you so much for joining me today. Have an absolutely wonderful day, and as usual, all links below. Bye.